What's up, guys? In today's video I'm going to be talking about the fragrances that I've had in my collection the longest. Some of these are kind of surprising. These are actually, well, if you guys know, I sell a lot of my fragrances if I don't really wear them too much, or not the biggest fan, or haven't reached for them in a while. But these are 5 fragrances that or there's six, we'll get say 6 fragrances that I've had in my collection for years. Some going back to like middle school, high school, and I still have in my collection just because I think they're that good. So let's go ahead and get started. The oldest one will be last, and I'll go ahead with the newest one first. This one I got maybe in let's see, I've been in Buffalo for almost 2 years now, so I've had it in my collection for almost 2 years. 2023, I would say. Purchased this fragrance, so this is going to be one of the longer, surprisingly the longer fragrances with just 2 years. It's going to be Dior Cologne. This is going to be the fragrance that made me stop buying clones, and actually I got rid of a lot of my clone fragrances because of this fragrance. Just the quality, it's kind of hard to go back to having something that smells cheap, or you got a little twang to it in the opening, you got to let it settle down to become the actual scent, But when I first smelled Dior Homme, kind of changed my perspective on clone fragrances. Started getting more into designers, but not the typical designers that smell like bubblegum and Invictus kind of scents. I was never really a big fan of that at all. But Dior Homme Cologne for sure was a game changer in my collection. Next, this is going to be the second oldest. Let me think. Because the years in between these fragrances are pretty big. I'm going to say, I actually know exactly which one it is. This, I would say it's probably in 2020. And it's actually a fragrance I created myself. So this is going to be this, what's it called? The special feature, or just the honorable mention, right? So it's called Rocky. Kind of smells like Virtus Vanilla Oud with a little bit of a, not Invictus, a little bit of a Ventus. Mostly, it's like 80-90% Virtus Vanilla Oud. And that was before I even smelled that fragrance. I don't even know if that fragrance was a thing at that time, but this was 2020 during the pandemic in New York City. I made this fragrance. Yeah, really great fragrance. Actually, it was during the pandemic. Maybe around the pandemic. I went to New York City a few times in that time. So, yeah, I called it Rocky. That is my German Shepherd's name. The one that I actually loved with my parents. But, yeah, really good scent. Never really wear it, though. It's just one that I'm never going to get rid of. Next is going to be Creed Viking. So, Viking has been a fragrance I've had for years now. I want to say 2019 maybe earlier 2020. Definitely in between that aspect. I'm not sure exactly when Viking came out. Let me actually go ahead and look that up. Let's see. Just because I don't want to be wrong. I might be wrong though. It came out in 2017, so okay. So probably around 2017. Okay, no. So actually, I remember it being a new fragrance when it came out. I think it was around 2018, 2019 that I got Creed Viking. So it's been, and that was my first bottle. So this is my third bottle. Worn it a lot, and I still love it. I still mention it a lot because I do really love this fragrance. And it's a fragrance that I've had in my collection for years. It's not a fragrance that I picked up recently and I'm happy about recently. It's one of these that have been in my collection for years, and every time I smell it, I still love it as much as I did when I first purchased it. This was a blind buy when I first bought it. I actually bought it from, I think I bought my first bottle retail, and then I bought my second bottle from Fragrance Net. I bought my first bottle from Bloomingdale's, I believe, online, so I never even smelled it. Loved it. It's probably the best blind buy I've probably ever made. But yeah, Creed Viking at the number 3 spot, I guess, or number 4 spot if I'm including that one fragrance. Then before that was Aventus. Aventus, I think I purchased a few months before Viking. Well, this was actually a gift from my fiance at the time, so she purchased my first Creed Aventus bottle, again at Bloomingdale's, but didn't get to smell the Viking there. I kind of knew about Aventus, not really sure from where. Kind of what I want to get my nose on it. So we were in Miami. We were at a mall in Miami that there was a Bloomingdale's. Went in there, saw that they had a Creed fragrance. I wanted to smell it. I smelled it, loved it. I wasn't gonna spend the money on it though. And she big balled and she went ahead and bought me the first Creed Aventus bottle, and that is where the problem started. I'm just kidding. I had fragrances beforehand, but Aventus is one that I heard that it was talked about a lot. So I would say 2018, 2019, maybe 2019. I would probably 2019. So both of these have been 2019, but earlier 2019, Creed Aventus. And the number 2 spot will be Sauvage Eau de Parfum. Sauvage Eau de Parfum, I believe I purchased it in 2018, if not 2017, and I bought this retail at a Macy's. This was another blind buy. I had the Eau de Toilette. I thought the Eau de Parfum would be similar. Let me make sure it came out around that time. If not, I'm thinking about the Eau de Toilette. $2018. Okay, so probably bought it around 2018, late 2017. Okay. Some are saying January 2018. Some are saying late 2017. And that makes sense. It's probably around the time that I purchased this fragrance. I did have the Eau de Toilette before that, so I probably had the Eau de Toilette like 2016, 2015. Went through it pretty quickly and had a 3.4 ounce bottle. I think this is a 3.4 ounce bottle also. No, this is a 2 ounce bottle. I had the bigger bottle of the Eau de Toilette and I gave it to my brother, just because I was almost out of it. And then I purchased the Eau de Parfum. So really good. Didn't know about differences in Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum, that they smell different at all. When I first got it in, I was like, it smells different. I didn't know if it was like reformulated or remade or something like that. And I was like, maybe the higher concentration or something makes it smell different. I didn't know it was like a little bit of a different scent. And then lastly, the one I've had in my collection the longest. I actually don't know when this fragrance came out. Let me see. So this fragrance came out in 2015. That means I probably purchased it around 2016. I was in high school, and I was 16. So 2017. So I probably purchased this fragrance in 2017. I had the Eau de Toilette beforehand, but the Eau de Parfum I purchased with my own money. The Eau de Toilette was actually from my parents. They probably bought it from me like at a Marshall's or something, like a TJ Maxx or something. And it's just a fragrance I wanted. It was Dolce & Gabbana, the one Eau de Toilette. But 2017, I purchased Dolce & Gabbana, the one Eau de Parfum. Since I was out of my Eau de Toilette. Actually, I purchased another Eau de Toilette. And then I purchased that Eau de Parfum. But yeah, I would probably say around the same time, because I used to wear the Eau de Toilette a lot. And I was heavy spraying it because I wanted it to last all the time. And I oversprayed that fragrance just to make it last. The Eau de Parfum, purchased it afterwards. Another realization that I didn't know was that it was going to be a different fragrance. I actually thought it was the same fragrance. I thought I was rebuying the Eau de Toilette. I didn't know that there was an Eau de Parfum version of it. I thought it was just like a new style for the bottle just because it has the black cap compared to like the brown cap. And the bottle gradient is different. But yeah, I've had both of them actually for a while. I gave the Eau de Toilette to my dad when I got this one. Both smell really similar, very redundant to have both. That's kind of why I ended up giving one to my dad. Don't really know if he wears it or not, but Dolce & Gabbana the One Eau de Parfum has been the longest one I've had in my collection. So let me know what you guys think about this video. Let me know the fragrances you've had the longest in your collection. Leave them down in the comments down below, which have stood the test of time in your collection. These are 5 or 6 of the ones I have in my collection. That is all I have for you guys today. Please leave a like, subscribe. I gotta get to work, so I will see you guys on the next video. Have a good one, guys.